What's going on? This is another week, another Kaizen Talk. Kaizen is Japanese for self improvement. Okay, so I want to just basically update my self improvement journey. Pretty much this last week has been kind of like clearing the log jams. Basically, I was able to kind of pay some bills that needed to be paid. I was, kind of behind. I ain't gonna lie, because basically I went from working and just basically I got let go, no unemployment, and then I had to just basically get down how I live. I mean, just no unemployment. Just I had to put the pedal to the metal and just pretty much make as much money as I possibly could, as fast as I could, day by day. And yeah, that pretty much it was kind of a learning, kind of a learning pain for me. I ain't gonna lie, because it's not something that I'm used to. I was pretty much working a long term contract for about almost 3 years, and yeah, it was something that I was kind of used to. But I will say that I planned I planned on the fact that I possibly was going to get let go. I pretty much planned that it was a possibility that I was going to get let go, because a lot of the jobs, pretty much it's always seems to be the case where it could be just something fickle, very fickle, and then you're out the door. That's primarily what I want to. I can't say this enough. I haven't really zeroed in on this. That's primarily like why I know I'm not the only person that's had this been an issue in their life. Where as soon as you get a job, you kind of settle in. Some people even get long-term financial commitments such as a mortgage, fancy car, whatever, get car payments, and then you get let go from the job that you pretty much you were going to use to pay off those liabilities, right? That's partly why I don't like debt and stuff like that, because these jobs, they're so fickle. People are so fickle and discriminatory and stuff like that, to where basically I just, it's kind of like what how I pretty much structure my life is based off of how abundant things are. Okay, so most people don't really have a lot of financial abundance. Let's just face it. Let's just keep it real, right? A lot of people fake like they're financially abundant. That's what most people do. And I talked about that a lot on this channel. I don't really talk about it much anymore, because I'm just kind of letting people go where they go. I'm not harping on broke people anymore. Now that I'm kind of transcended to better financial realities, I'm not harping on broke people anymore. What I'm saying? So I'm not doing the whole videos. You're not gonna catch me on this channel for the most part. You're not gonna catch me doing no more freaking videos about like me doing seminars on why broke people in America need to do X, Y, and Z. I've already done that on this channel. A lot of this, what are the videos I do on this channel from here on out is support videos to just show support, and then just, chronicle you along my journey, but yeah, I have to say that I don't really like to make long-term commitments such as mortgages and car payments, because yeah, some of these jobs, some of these employers and people, they're so fickle. They'll let you go, and then next thing you know, you're stuck with this car payment, this long-term car payment, this long-term mortgage payment, and even rent, for that matter. Even rent. So it's like a situation where I don't really like paying. I don't like paying rent, mortgages, and also like car loans. And it's not because like I don't think that I don't like cars and stuff like that. It's because I've been in situations throughout my life where things will be going good, and then next thing you know, the rug is pulled beneath my feet, and it's like, you know what, I had to structure my life to basically structure it around you know the probability that yeah, this job might not last that long. I've had jobs where things were okay, and then the company just went out of business. I worked for Tiger Direct. After about 5 to 6 months, the company just folded. We all was sent into the office. I thought I was getting let go, but I mean, the company was saying no, yeah, everybody's getting let go. And it was like, it was kind of a starter job for me to because I just moved from a different location. But yeah, I mean, that's not the first time I worked for a company, and then yeah, the company just folded. You know what I'm saying? So it happens, and it's like, yeah, when it's a lot of kind of like situations where you have a position that is so fickle that you can get let go so easily. I'm gonna have to say that yeah, that's one of the reasons why I pretty much I don't like those long-term commitments like that. And I definitely don't like paying rent, because rent is no end. Unless you just have a lot of money and you're flush with cash, and pretty much you're okay no matter what, like, and you just basically paying for the cost of living, right? I can understand that. But at the same time, that's not my reality. That's not a lot of other people's reality. And that's why I choose to kind of stay in my lane. If I didn't stay in my lane, I would not be in the situation I'm in. I would be in a lot worse situation than I'm in. Let's just say, what I mean by staying in my lane, if I didn't live within my means, I would be toe off the frame right now. Like a lot of people are. A lot of people are about to get toe off the frame, and are getting toe off the frame right now, because it's just the consequences of what you've done, what you've done in life. Like, I've said before on this channel, I said that your reality is the sum of your actions. Whatever you done a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, it can equate to something right now. If you didn't do anything, you don't expect anything to happen, or anything to any results from what you didn't do. People only expect what they've already done, what they've already put something into. You know, you put your money into a 401k and a pension, you expect to have some money for retirement. You know, if you didn't put anything into it, you don't expect anything from it. So the thing is that when it comes down to living within your means, a lot of that whole like spending money and buying like fancy bags and fancy designer, you know, all of these fancy stuff, even brand new cars, a lot of people they really can't afford it. And when it, you know, when it comes down to them not being able to afford it, when they realize it is when something happens to where they're behind on their credit cards, they're behind on their car payment, and then they realize, you know, why do I even have a car payment? That type of thing. And it's like, yeah, I don't I don't have those problems. It's kind of like this. I'm kind of beating around the bush here. What I'm basically saying is, if white people were so generous, this is what I'm telling. This is what I'm beating around the bush to you. If white people were so nice and generous and so straight up and balanced with everybody, you know, and not, you know, cheaters and all this other shit, right? I call it cheating. You know, when you're unfair and shit like that, it's like you're cheating, or you know what I'm saying, you're favoring others, or whatever the case may be. You know, a lot of people actually do that, but the thing is that if let's just say white folks is just so generous, right? Then yeah, I would justify. Okay, yeah, I'll buy this, I'll buy that, I'll buy that, because yeah, I mean, you know, you wealthy white folks are just so generous. You're just making it so easy for me. Oh yeah, I'll just buy this and this and that. It ain't the case for me, but it ain't the case for me. It's like it, you know what I'm saying? This shit is hard than a motherfucker out here a lot of times. I'm not gonna say it can't be easier, but I'll just call it how it is. So it's kind of basically what I'm saying is, I get hard dick and bubble gum. That's what I give out. You know, if you know, basically I ain't trying to make motherfuckers re-rich and all that type of shit. You know, I'm not trying to do that. I cannot justify making other people rich besides myself and my own family. If you don't understand that, then I'm sorry. Maybe you will, or maybe you won't ever. But in the meantime, in between time, yeah, it's about power and money. And when the little money that I do make, yes, I try to empower myself and in my future. I don't use that to go try to pretend like I'm this, you know, magnificent, you know, Negro peon that is you know, got all of the Gucci and Prada and everything like that. Now, don't get me wrong. If I ever make so much money to where it's just flowing out of my freaking bank account, like it's just effortlessly, right? Yeah, I might spend a little money, but I'm not about to fucking, you know, be spending money like that when I don't have it like that, like a lot of other people do. I'm just not about to do it. You know, a lot of these like, you know, little companies and little contracts and shit. It's like the money to earn it is not, you know, like easy to get. Like one of the rap groups that I used to listen to, and it's like legends, is called Gangstar. One of their albums is called Hard to Earn. You know, in the 80s, man, it was rough. You know, 80s was rough, man. You probably wasn't around, you know, you was a millennial, you was, born in the late 80s, early 90s, you wasn't around. But the 80s was rough, man. Crack cocaine and you know, um, all of these little different issues that was going on in the 80s. It was kind of rough, man. It was really, really rough. It was very good music. The 80s has some of the best music. I mean, in probably you could argue has some of the best music of the era. Probably no better. I mean, some people could argue the 70s, but in my opinion, the 80s has some of the best music, renowned, some of the best hits. A lot of the TV shows you watch, the little like soundtracks of movies and stuff like that, a lot of those songs come from the 80s. You know, and the thing is that yeah, from that struggle came some very, very good music, but the thing is I say all that to say this is that yeah, it's not easy, man, to make money out here, man. And I mean, to a certain extent, it goes into kind of the system D culture, which is people committing crimes or selling drugs and shit like that. And it's like the thing is that in certain areas, that's what people kind of have to do to make a living. Because that's how they got it set up, and the thing is that sometimes people don't know how to break out of that and kind of go into to other areas and go into business and stuff like that. But certainly I do. But the thing is that I choose not to sell drugs. I mean, some people, that's what they think they have to do to a certain extent. They might be compelled to do because they don't really have too many other choices. They don't have any other ways to make a living. You know, you got some areas where the poverty level is really high, the unemployment level is really high, and it's almost like that's why they call it the trap, right? And getting out of that trap, you have to do kind of some things you might not want to do, or try to get away from that trap as best as you possibly can. But I say all of that to say this shit is not easy out here. It's not fucking easy. So when you earn money and you spend it so easily, that's a problem. That is a major problem. And it kind of goes into economics. You know, um, a lot of people don't understand is that certain groups practice a form of economic uh, warfare. I'll just say, literally. I mean, even the Russia basically a Ukrainian war. What's being done on Russia? Russia is basically all of the other nations are practicing economic warfare on Russia because basically they're at war with Ukraine. They're dropping bombs and everything. So in their defiance, the other nations are basically practicing economic warfare, embargoes and stuff like that is economic warfare. Well, you know, let me share my screen because I'm yapping and shit like that. Let me show you what is done in the black community to that's pretty much supports what I'm talking about. You know, because I can just be yapping and I can yap for days. It's best to just show you what I'm talking about. So let me show you what the hell I'm talking about. And basically, these a lot of these areas, it's based off of benign and neglect. You know, this is what a lot of this is based off of. It might be kind of slow opening up these windows. And it kind of goes into what was being said. I think it was Dr. Umar. He said that black people spend more money on Mercedes Benz than any other group in America. And that was very shocking when I heard that, because it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a status symbol. You could basically, one of the things that I did a poll on my channel, and the poll was basically, why do black people spend money on their cars or focus a lot on their cars? The reason why black people focus a lot on their cars is because the car is a symbol that you can drive outside of the hood. You can look good even if you live in the hood, right? Even your neighborhood being fucked up, even your house being fucked up, right? But your car, as long as it's not fucked up, it's something that you can use as a status symbol to show that you've arrived, or you've made it through, or you've basically you know um have something for yourself. But it's really mute. It's mute because it's like, you other people, black and others, they drive through the hood and they see the neighborhood. They know where you live because they drive through it. They see the garbage on the ground. They see the ratchet behavior. They see all of the rundown houses. You know what I'm saying? They see this. So your car, just because you got a nice car in front of that house, or driving around these neighborhoods, it don't matter that your car nice. At the end of the day, you pulling up into where you pulling up into, it kind of matters. And if you own the house, because a lot of people, yeah, they don't own their house. They just basically paying rent to the mortgage company. That's what they're doing. So I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here. So let me share my screen. So this is Detroit, and a lot of Gary, Indiana is just like a mini Detroit. Okay, so a lot of areas look just like what this video looks like. And my connection is kind of slow. I'm streaming through different sources, so bear with me. So this is where some people live, and it's like at the end of the day, a lot of these areas are Democratic, right? Democratic ran, and it's like, what are you voting for? You're voting for, uh, it probably, I would say, would make a difference if you voted Republican or Democrat. I just be honest with you, but this is what these neighborhoods look like. Like, wait, this is kind of frozen. Let me let me just play this, man. Look at these rundown houses. This is why, like, this ain't, a lot of times people talking about Ukraine and stuff like that. Well, this is Detroit. This looks like Ukraine. This looks like, probably Ukraine looks better than Detroit, parts of Detroit, parts of, you know, Black America, basically. So this is what, eh, I mean, this is the bottom of the barrel. It's freezing, but this is basically, let me put this on 360p. Let me lower this. This is why people, when you come into a store and they watch you, because they already think you ain't got no money, because they drive past your neighborhoods. This is where you live. It don't matter that you got some nice stuff on and you got a nice car outside. This is the bar that they basically, you know use to calculate your standard. I mean, this is what they see when they think about, okay, you ain't got no money, you broke. This is what they see. This is what they think in their head. They know how you live. So I'm gonna close this out because the connection ain't I got a lot of stuff going on, you know. But I mean, in short, that's why I don't play around with that type of stuff, man. Like, you know, you can't play me. Like, that's one thing about older people. I mean, you can't necessarily play us. We know what's going on. We know all the little games, little political games at this point. We know what the hell's going on. Even the old game plan, it ain't working. The Republicans don't know what to do. The Democrats don't know what to do. They scrambling around, running in circles, trying to make this shit work, and it ain't working. In the the old hustle is not working. That benign and neglect shit, it's not gonna work. You know, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'm part of a revolution in this country, and it's called, basically, you could call it the Black Financial Revolution. That's what I'm part of. And a lot of it is based off of focusing on financial success for yourself and your family, and fuck all that other bullshit. Basically, in short. And it's like, if it's not about no money, if it's not about, basically, civil rights, not civil rights. Let me put that in a banner so you can understand what the hell I'm talking about. If it's not about civil rights, I don't really want to hear it. I don't want to hear about all that bullshit. You really can't run that bullshit on me because I'm not like these other people. I wasn't even raised like these other people. I ain't no Democrat, church going, chicken and biscuit, pork chop eating motherfucker, man. You can't run people like me, you can't run that shit on. Cause we already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You could probably like even the other people, that you trying to run that shit on, they not going for it because pretty much a lot of people are waking up. And the thing is that basically a lot of people basically are out of place. I mean, they don't, we're going through an idiocracy right now. This country is a okay. Let me help you. Let me help you understand what's going on with this country right now. This country is going through. It's still a oligarchy and a plutocracy, but what is pretty much kind of why it's going downhill is we actually are in a state of idiocracy. We are basically in a state of idiocracy. You can tell. You know how you could tell how you could tell we going through a state of idiocracy. If you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, you want to see that. That is a very good movie. It's funny, but it's what we're going through right now. We are in a state of idiocracy. You know why we're in a state of idiocracy? All you have to do is watch the January 6th hearing, and you can see how dumb these people are. They actually were so gun ho on one person, on a president, to the point that they listened to everything this person did, like some freaking you know head of a Nazi regime or some shit. They were following everything this person did. They were obsessed with one man, one president in office. That to the point where they had nothing going on in their life. And these people still have nothing going on in their life. They're not happy. They're not happy with their wife. They're not happy with their women. They're not happy with what's going on in their existence, because basically a lot of people are soulless beings that basically all they do is eat shit, piss, and drink. And they're soulless. They don't they don't go to people don't go to their little church no more. Their churches, their little groups and shit like that. And it just basically don't have any faith, and they're just weak-minded. So any little group, any little person to give them some glimmer of hope, they just harp on it. And the thing is that, trust me, I understand how that is. I've been there before. I've had periods of my life where, yeah, I was all into a person. I used to be really heavy into like following people and shit like that. I fall back because I understand that people are not perfect. And then sometimes people say shit to just be like, oh, okay, this is the limit to where this person goes. Everybody has a limit. When even software, it has a limit. Like a computer has a limit. It can only go as high as it can go. Once it goes that high, that's it. It might crash. It's gonna go right there, and then that's it. Well, a lot of times that's how people are. People are just humans. They're not perfect. They're not God. They're just people. And the thing about it is, when you're following man and you're not following God, that's the problem right there. Boom, right there. That's the one of the biggest problems. You following some zealot or some person, that's the problem. And that's what idiots do. And unfortunately, we are in a state of idiocracy. What we also in a state of is And this is something that, you know, I'm definitely cognitive of. And I've worked in IT for years. I've been in technology for a long time, and I've been kind of following technology for a long time. We are in a state of technocracy. This is basically, we're in a technocracy. A lot of things technical related, such as, like, this whole Bitcoin thing, this, altcoins, cryptocurrency. That's erroring in the state of technocracy, where basically you're not going to have any digital cash anymore. Everything is going to be basically uh digital currency. You're gonna, people in China, they're already using their phone. When they go buy something, they just go scan it. They go scan the barcode on their phone, and then they go buy something, and then they go about their business. You have that capability through Cashapp on your phone. Basically, you can use you can basically, I'll show it on my phone. On Cash App, they do, it's the same thing, that you capability that you have. So you could basically scan a QR code, and once you could basically, somebody, basically, you could, this is my QR code. So all you have to do is scan, like, hold on, let me. So you basically scan it, boop, and then a payment goes through, just like that. They already doing that in China. That's the standard form of payment in China right now. In a lot of some other countries as well. I mean, this is, it's slow to adopt in this country, but basically that's part of a technocracy. And you just can't, like, everybody. I remember when everybody didn't even have smartphones. People had what, those flip phones. A lot of people, old people, didn't even have cell phones, right? Well, everybody has a smartphone right now. That's why basically, that's another reason you can't even go, like, you can't go backwards. I can't go and just get another flip phone. I can't just basically say, you know what, I'm gonna just go get a flip phone. My whole world would crash. I wouldn't even be able to do no YouTubes. I won't be able to do any business and stuff like that I do, or my jobs and stuff that I do, my little gigs and stuff. I couldn't do that because I need a smartphone to do that. I can't receive emails and stuff like that. That's already letting you know what basically what we're going in, and what we already in a state of technocracy. So yeah, I mean, another thing is, I want to talk about the cell phone. This cell phone, this is the Terminator. Believe it or not, this is the Terminator. You know why? Everything you could think of, from watches, cameras, this thing is killed as far as industries. This bad boy right here. Um, Even when it comes to, like, mail, you know what you had to do? Like, your grandma, in order to send you a text message, she had to send a mail. She had to send a letter, a card through the U.S. Postal Service to send you a message. You can send a text message, or go on social media and send a text message within seconds. A person can get that. Another thing is, Okay, what else has this Terminator, it got rid of? Calculators. When was the last time you bought a calculator? When was the last time you bought a calculator? It's got a calculator on the phone already. When was the last time you bought an alarm clock? When was the last time? I'm just asking. When was the last time you bought an alarm clock? The Terminator. You know what I'm saying? This cell phone has killed so many industries. It is ridiculous. So many technologies this thing has killed. The modern house phone. How many people have a house phone? And I ain't talking about VoIP. I'm talking about an old standard. It's called POTS, plain old telephone service. AT&T basically, they have come out and then work on your jacks, your RJ, I think it's RJ45 jacks. Yeah, most people don't have regular phones anymore. They have cell phones. Killed that. They're trying to struggle to keep that going. I mean, it's just because they had those services for so long. They still use them. Primarily, AT&T uses those telephone lines, right? When was the last time you bought a calendar? you know, I mean, it just a lot of stuff, man. That's why people don't even buy any albums anymore. When was the last time you bought a CD or downloaded an album? Because you could just stream everything through your cell phone. You can watch it on your laptop. You could just research like basically all of the things just the cell phone itself has basically destroyed as far as industries, you know, put them out of business. Just that cell phone, combining all of those technologies into one. And you understand why we're in a state of technocracy. Everything is trying to become digital. Digital records, um, digital fingerprints. The young kids, they're already adjusted to the technocracy. By the time they're 3 years old, a kid knows how to, basically use a cell phone. They know how to go on YouTube by themselves without any assistance, know how to download games to the point where if you got your credit cards attached to the any type of, whether it be Google Play or Apple, App Store or whatever, they download all these games and you wake up and it's like, damn, why am my credit card charged all of these, you know, charges? Because your little 3-year-old downloaded all of these games. And even, if they, some kids, some little, youngsters are so smart, they'll be ordering stuff off Amazon. They just point and click, you know, and then they just, next thing you know, the next day, you got all of these toys on your front door. Your little kids ordered, because they know how to basically do it effortlessly. I mean, they just basically program into this technocracy to be able to use it and be experts. Generation X was basically the generation that ushered this in. We went from basically dial-up internet, and even before dial-up internet, we had the little Macintosh computers with the green, DOS screens and stuff like that. With the big floppy disks, and then dial-up, and then basically DSL to cable LAN internet, to now T1 lines, and then fiber. I definitely don't have any fiber. But yeah, I mean, all of this is basically like ushering in this technocracy. A lot of people are going to have a lot of people have these Teslas. They self-driving vehicles, almost like the movie Tron. So this is a wave. This is definitely a wave. It is not going to slow down. you know so that being said, as far as I kind of went on a tangent. But as far as back to my own self-improvement, you know basically I'm gonna just kind of like, let me see. I'll share a photo of what I bought that helped me finish my drywall project. And if you're planning on being into like working on houses, you starting off, I recommend that you get one of these as well, because basically I had to get a drywall lift. And I mean, these bad boys, I recommend getting one because you know me download this video real quick. Actually, let's see here. I could just let me see here. Let me download this here. I just show. Let me see here. Let me share my screen. Show you this drywall lift here. Let's see here. So yeah, this puppy right here, man. This is what you need if you got you just doing a drywall project, and it's just you. This is what you need right here. Because basically I was paying the guy like $25 an hour to basically lift the drywall. I would help him lift the drywall myself. So this bad boy, I got it for like It normally retails at about 200. I got it used off Facebook Marketplace for about $100. Found somebody selling it for $100. They didn't need it, but this is what I needed. I really should have had it a long time ago. Back when I was buying all of my equipment and tools, because this bad boy, like I'm saying, like, it ain't really no way that you could lift a whole sheet of drywall on the ceiling by yourself. Like, you need like one of these, or somebody call it the guy that helped me out, that was not that charged I charged them, he charged me $25 an hour. He said he used like some wood blocks to actually hold the drywall up. But this bad boy, all you got to do is just lift it up, and then you just screw on the drywall on the ceiling. And I mean, this bad boy, man, like, it's worth his weight in gold. You know what I'm saying? Because basically I had to hire people to help me put the drywall on the ceilings, because basically I have like 2 rooms that's already finished. The kitchen is finished with the ceilings, and then the living room, and I got like 4 more rooms that I have to do. Well, this bad boy, like, it's gonna help me get through all of these rooms, because I mean, it's basically, I just, can put the drywall on there and it lifts it up, and then I can screw it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really needed this before, because I mean, I know how to install drywall. I don't really need any help. I like to have help though, because if you got help, you can get projects done faster. It just really go, like, you really want help if you can afford it, because money kind of tight right now. I really just gotta finish this thing out, and this is something that I needed anyway. So this drywall lift right here, I recommend anybody to get one, because for ceilings, you're gonna need this. It's definitely something that you're gonna need. So I got that bad boy. So I'm gonna go room by room and finish up the ceilings, and finish this drywall project, because I'm like 2 months behind on my drywall project. Actually, if you really want to be technical, I'm behind on this whole house, like, by about a year. I should have had this whole house done a year ago. So yeah. So I'm trying to get these out the way, get this drywall project out the way, so I can go to flooring and finish the kitchen and the bath. So yeah, I mean, it's just a fight. Sometimes you gonna get a situation where you kind of get stuck. You just got to get unstuck and just kind of get back on task. Even Mr. Beta Male, he's self-improved, and he has basically, let me show this up. He's got him a bigger fish bowl. Let me see here. So he's got a bigger fish bowl. Actually, I gotta slide this over. Yeah, he's got a bigger fish bowl, so he's even Kaizen self-improving. So yeah, that's Mr. Beta Male. So yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, we definitely self-improving, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just, pretty much working day to day. I did a video on Walmart. That was actually me in that video. That was actually what I was doing. I was installing kiosks for Walmart. That actually wasn't my highest paid position or whatever I was doing. Really didn't pay that much. I really don't like doing those projects for Walmart because it's like overnight and it's like you're really doing construction. It's not really, it's really technical, but it's not really. It's really more construction than actual like IT work. So basically, I really don't like doing those, and I think the next time I'll ask for more money to do those. But um, the project that I probably got the most out of was I was installing TVs, not even TVs, but like whiteboards for a school system. That was paying that pretty much gave me a nice little paycheck or whatever. So I kind of got caught up on a lot of my bills with just that project alone. And then I did a bank conversion, so that basically got me to where um I pretty much am doing all right as far as things. I was kind of log jam. I was behind on a lot of stuff, but those monies from doing those projects helped me significantly. You know what I'm saying? So um just kind of looking for some more work though, because sometimes like I do work and then I'm looking for more work. It's like it's a constant thing. So I got to get some more projects in or whatever. So um I'm still doing using my 2 week budget. I got my 2 week budget. It's only like $2. If you need help with managing a budget, I have an Excel template. Like I say, it's only $2. It's a pretty good template, and it helps you control your expenses. And yeah, it is only like $2. It's in the description of this video. So you want to check that out if you can. If you need help with your budget, because it's something that I definitely use myself to just keep track of the things that I need to deal with to do. Because like for example, I had so much that I needed to get done. That budget, the 2 week budget, it just kind of helped me, keep track of all of that stuff that I needed to get done. I had a lot that I had to do. I had to transfer my deed into my name. The house was in the person that I bought the house from's name. I had to pay like it was like pretty much like $60, close to $60 to transfer the title and the deed into my name. It was in the other guy that I bought the house from's name, because I just money was low, you know what I'm saying? So I just like basically I had to transfer for the deed. He's supposed to give me the money back, so I hopefully give me that $56 back that I had to transfer the title and the deed for. So yeah, it just little stuff like that. It just helps me keep track of things, so I can stay up on them. So yeah, that 2 week budget is definitely something that you probably could utilize. It's in the description of this video. Basically, as soon as you purchase the budget template, it's a downloadable asset, and then basically you can use that immediately. It downloads into a XLS format. So for Excel, you can use, if you don't have Excel, you can use it's something called LibreOffice, and you can use that to open up Excel files such as XLS, spreadsheets. So, that is definitely something that I suggest that you utilize. Definitely supports me as well for every purchase you've made. Before I leave, I want to talk about these inspirational photos. This is one of the t-shirts that I have on my blog as well, brokegeniuses.com. Only cure for the struggle is to hustle. That's basically what I do. No matter if I got a full-time job, no matter what, I still gotta hustle. No matter what, whether I'm working a full-time job or not, I'm still hustling. Okay. I got this mansion up top here. It's one of my inspirational photos. I got Miss Seven. Some people, yeah, definitely seven. Maybe a Chicago 8, California 7. The Great Pyramids of Giza right here, and then this is a Lamborghini Diablo engine right here. And these are just some things that I look at as far as my inspiration, so I can actually go out into the world and go get it. A lot of the times these are kind of like self manifestations that you see, and then you go out into the world and be like, oh yeah, that's that. And then next thing you know, after about a few years or 5 years or so or longer, depending on how it takes, you sitting in the very house, in the very mansion that you actually were looking at years prior. That is some type of self manifestation that if you see it, you go out and get it. If you don't know what you want, a lot of times the secret is you put a different plethora of pictures in a photo library of things you want, and then when you go out into the world, you see what you want and you zero in on it and you go and you get it. So it's not that easy, but I'm gonna tell you a lot of what I have. I use this secret to get it. I actually, this manifestation definitely does work. So it's in different part of these videos that I'm going to be doing on these kaizens. I'm going to put a different some different photos of my inspirational photos in the live stream. Okay, so this is all I have for now. Sign off, and you enjoy your Saturday evening.